Hey everyone, Cindy here with Create Your Own Luck in Love. Hope everyone's having an amazing day. Excuse me. It's got a little congestion there. Anyways, feel free to post any questions, anything like that. And I know that today's topic is really going to help you. So let me go ahead and just jump right in. So first of all, this story, I was inspired by the story that I heard from my new assistant that, she's been in a relationship with a man that is long distance, and she discovered some things after being there, visiting him, being at his home, visiting him for a week. And as she was telling me the story, all I could think of was, gosh, if had she known me months ago, this would have all been avoided. So I'm just going to give you the brief version. She had discovered a receipt that was from a store that he didn't really shop at. It happened to fall out of a bag, and that had been in his car for months. And she looked at the receipt, the date and the time, and she thought, gosh, this is strange. It's just not adding up. Well, she had confronted him. She had asked him about it, not confronted, but she had asked him about it, and he said, oh, that was from months ago that was an ex-girlfriend. That was months ago before we were exclusive. Well, it actually wasn't. And she said, well, I noticed the date. And he said, so then he changed his story and said, well, I lied to you, and went on to this long story about how he had gone on a trip with her just as friends because they had already had it planned for a long time. So this was back in January. Anyways, and they had become exclusive in September. So moving forward with the story, what she had, she was really upset and thought, I don't know that I can move forward because the trust has really been broken, right? And when that trust is broken on a big level, even on a smaller level, because if you're going to lie about something small, chances are, and well, you could lie about something larger. And so he had left for work at the following morning, and she saw his iPad and tried the code that is the code, the alarm code on the house on the iPad to open it up. And she had discovered that he had been on 5 different dating sites, and he had said really the same things to all the women. So there were a number of women, and he had them labeled by woman, by the woman and which site. Now, so you guys, here's how this could have been avoided. I don't want this to deter you from online dating, because frankly, there are a lot of great people out there that do date online. This is the thing to do when it comes to dating in general. So going back to her story, as she was telling me, I said, did you notice anything as you were getting to know him? And she said, something that always bothered me is his phone was always on silent, so it never rang once in the times that we spent together. And there was something else that he did that was maybe a little out of the ordinary. Oh, he talked negatively about his coworkers, which, can and she made that observation, like, I don't, know that that's such a good thing. So, and that's after I had shared with her some things about narcissism and gaslighting. So we'll get into that a different time. But you guys, so here's the deal. How this could have been avoided is if she would have set a strong boundary in the beginning and got to know multiple people at once. Why? Because you don't want to limit yourself as you're just getting to know someone. And there's a lot of men and women both that will say things like, well, I only date one person at a time. That's fantastic for you. And I'm really enjoying getting to know you. And this is the most important area of my life. I like to take things slow. And while I'm getting to know you, I'll be getting to know other people. What this does is, for the right man, it gets him to actually step up. What would have been good for her is that had she been actually dating multiple people, each time she was with him, she wouldn't have gotten so attached with the chemistry. So she wouldn't have gone as quickly. And she actually did wait a while to get physical, but there was chemistry that was already there and building. So she was wanting to see what she wanted to see. And had she taken more time to date other people and had more options, so to speak, she would have actually seen this come out. And she wouldn't have been as attached to this working out. And had she had a coach to help her, or her being my assistant to help her, it would have even been more powerful. And I was talking to another client of mine earlier today, and she had said we were talking about when she had, before she got married the first time, she was dating multiple people. And the guy that she ended up marrying was afraid to lose her because she was getting to know multiple people. She was having a good time. She had other men that were serious about her, and he wanted to take her off the market. So it's really... Is the video not working, you guys? Can you see it? Let me know. Send me a thumbs up if you can see it. So I'm just going to keep going, and if we need to, I can totally re-record this. But so what that does is okay, good, thank you. It will create, so the right man, when dating multiple people, it'll get rid of the men that aren't going to be there anyway. So men like to overcome and achieve. Men, their number one things in life is overcoming and achieving. So if he has to work for you, work for your affections, work to get to know you, work to get to intimacy, and he waits. He's a guy that's sincerely interested in getting to know you. So imagine how heartbroken my poor gal is, and how she felt bamboozled. And instead of putting that out there, all men are jerks, or these guys are, men are this way. It's not that. There are many that aren't. I know women that are jerks. So it's, what was the lesson in this? What can I do differently? And, I worked her through that. And she's like, and I told her about this particular step that is so important, you guys. Because if a man, the harder a man works to get to know you, the more he's invested in you. The harder he works, the more he's invested. Now working. Okay. Oh, weird. Some of them are frozen. Hopefully, I don't know if it's a Facebook thing, you guys, and I'm sorry, it seems to be working on my end. At any rate, my point is that don't feel pressure to stop dating everyone else when you meet a nice person that says they want to just date you exclusively. And because the thing is that you can say, gosh, I really would love to continue to get to know you. And I feel at this point, I need to stay open to getting to know others. It's a practice in boundary setting, and men love boundaries. And it's a practice in self-love. For women, you guys, we want to be with one person. That's just how we're made up, and it's harder for us to date. And when you look at dating as simply just getting to know different people and getting to know new friends and enjoying yourself and having fun and letting yourself receive, and he needs to be putting more energy towards you than you do him. So meaning you're the receiver, right? You're not reaching out to him. He reaches out first. So this is a really, really powerful strategy to use when in the dating process, getting to know men. It is not a game. It really does work well, and you get to see what they're made of. By rushing in, I was talking to another client of mine today, and I said, look, this is not a sprint, it's a marathon. And so you don't get committed for 3 months. That's great. 3 months is enough time to see things. And had she been dating other people, I believe it, she would have seen this, and she would have been more present in her body and not just focusing on, oh, he seems great, and he was always taking care of her and treating her and this and this and that. And meanwhile, there's other women that he had been doing that with as well, up until I think the last thing she could see was February. But at any rate, I just wanted to share this with you and know that, getting support in areas of your life that we all have blind spots. So getting that help, getting support, reach out to me, book a call, and let's get you a plan together so that you can really have the success that you want in your love life. This is your year. There's no reason why you can't shine in the way that you desire. Feel free to post any questions, comments below. I'm just sending lots and lots of love, and know that you get to choose, and this is, you get to stand in your power by getting to know multiple men and seeing how they rise. I think I talked about this in one Facebook Live. I interview men, and I just plain old everyday men, and I had two different gentlemen. One gentleman tell me, you're welcome, Kristen. Don't be afraid. This is partly for you too. It just so happened to come out of the story, and I thought, so important. One gentleman, I had said, what do you, he said, oh gosh, I'm always giving my female friends advice on love and relationships. I said, what's their biggest challenge? Well, their biggest challenge is they find chemistry with a man and they jump into bed with him too soon. And the right kind of guy is going to wait, and sometimes they can change the right kind of guy into the wrong kind of guy. Like, we can turn our kings into toads or our princes into frogs. So remember that. And I'm just sending you guys lots of love. I hope this was helpful, and really, you are so valuable, so amazing. And whoops, I got a little bug that flew in my hair. Real stuff that's happening over here on Facebook Live in sunny San Diego. So I'm sending you lots and lots of love, support. Send me any questions, comments. I'm here. I'm happy to help. And really, you get to choose to, invest in yourself in your love life. You're so worth it. And we can't always see our blind spots. That's why I have coaches too. All right. Lots of love. Bye.